Fortnite OG, or better known as Chapter 4 Season 5, is coming up in just a few days. And today, guys, I wanted to make a fun video. I wanted to give my official prediction on how exactly I think that season is going to go. I'm not going to talk about the stuff that I have been talking about, like the community, the stuff that I've been hoping for. I'm going to give a hard prediction just for fun on how this season is going to be approached storyline-wise, because spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click off the video, get out of here if you don't want to know, but you probably already do know. The black hole is coming back, but how are we going to reach there? What events are going to take place, or is something going to come differently? I'm going to give my official prediction. I'd love for you guys to hear what I have to say, and then share your thoughts down below afterwards. We're going to get into the video in just a second, guys. Before we do, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's talk about this season. So, I'm very excited, guys. I am very, very excited. Now, there's two big things that I think the possibility is that we could go through the entire storyline, right? So obviously the time machine is going back in time, and now what's really interesting is that the time machine is already gone, right? So Jones and Sloan, or whoever ends up using it, as far as I know, we don't know exactly who's using it right now. We know it's Agent Jones, we know Dr. Sloan has something to do with it, but do we know if anybody else is going in there? Regardless, I didn't think that the time machine would already be gone. It's tough to say because obviously we're not getting a live event. It seems like we're not getting any more teasers like within map changes or anything like that. If anything, we're going to get stuff that Fortnite themselves is going to post, which doesn't really relate to the storyline too much. It's just like, hey, they're probably going to post like something OG. They're probably going to post a picture of Paradise Palms or something like that, right? So it's interesting how it's going to come back, because initially I was thinking, okay, easy enough. Time machine's on the map. It's ready to go. The season trailer is going to feature us going into the time machine. But is the season trailer for next season just going to follow them through that? I don't understand why they're already gone. That's where I'm a little bit stuck. You know what I mean? I don't get why they didn't wait, but maybe they're going back to do something. Maybe the trailer, here's my prediction, okay? Because this is the best I can come up with. And again, guys, I'd love to know what you guys think afterwards. I think that Agent Jones and Dr. Sloan are going to come back. They're working together. The trailer is going to come up in the present day of Chapter 4. They're going to come out of the time machine, back into Chapter 4, and being like something along the lines of, oh, well, that didn't work. Either that or, oh my God, we can actually go back. We can actually time travel. We can actually go back. And I'm on board with a theory that the Cube Cradle is here, because they've been teasing that for so long. But then again, Chapter 4, they've been teasing a lot of stuff. Midas, they've been teasing Caddis, none of them ever came back, right? So I would imagine they would have to close up this story with the last reality, right? And we're gonna branch off of that theory in a little bit, because let's say the last reality is here, the Cube Cradle's here, there's nothing they can do. Now that they know they can time travel, the trailer is going to start with us going back in time all the way to Chapter 1 Season 5. Why Chapter 1 Season 5? That was the big question, mostly because that was probably the best season you could go back. But if you want to tie it into the storyline, right? Going back to Chapter 1 Season 5 is when Kevin the Cube first appeared on the map. This isn't breaking news. This is not something that I came up with myself. You know what I mean? I just think that this is the most likely case. So Cube Cradle's coming. They go back into the time machine. Now we're back in Chapter 1 Season 5. Kevin the Cube is there. I believe we're going to start off, and I think this is going to happen in the trailer. I think that's the most likely thing that's going to happen. We go back, bang, lightning, Kevin the Cube's there, we're good to go. Season starts, Kevin's rolling around the map, we're having an absolute blast, and this is where I'm stuck, okay? This is where I'm stuck, okay? We go back to Chapter 1 Season 5, we go to stop the cube, we go to take a look at the cube, like, is there something we can change? Because if we change Kevin the Cube, that means the rest of Chapter 1 doesn't happen, and we know that the rest of Chapter 1 is supposed to happen, right? We're supposed to go through Season 6, 7, 8, 9X. My prediction is we are going to attempt somehow to stop Kevin the Cube. Now, I don't know how the storyline's going to be told. Maybe through map changes, maybe through NPCs, something like that, because we know we're getting the seasons on repeat as far as we know, right? Of course, that could change. That could always change with the update. Leaks have been wrong in the past, but as of right now, I'm going off of what we know through the leaks. The seasons of Chapter 1 are supposed to happen as they happen. So I believe somehow, maybe through NPC dialogue, maybe, hopefully, I would love it if they told the story through loading screens, right? Maybe they could tell the story somehow like that. We attempted to stop Kevin the Cube, but it didn't work. Kevin still went into Loot Lake. Kevin still activated the floating island. We still had all the events. Everything comes apart, and perhaps while we're progressing through this season, there are more attempts to stop Kevin the Cube. There are more attempts to stop all this. Maybe we fail every single time, no matter where we go, no matter if it's the unvaulting event, no matter if it's Tilted Towers getting destroyed, no matter if it's a visitor, whatever we try to stop, we can't stop Chapter 1 from happening. And that's what I'm thinking. We live through everything again because we can't exactly change anything, right? We can't change anything, but something we can change is the end event. Now, this is where I'm also stuck because supposedly the black hole's coming back. You know what'd be cool, by the way? A little bit of a side note. I would love to see the scientist tapes again and just like gathering those again, you know, just to relive all of it. And it's like, okay, what's going to change at the end? I think the most likely thing that's going to happen, and honestly, I'm not saying this because I know I've said this on the channel, where this is, I hope to God this happens. I want to relive it all, change the end event, right? I still think that's the most likely scenario. We fail in changing everything that we try to change in the past, right? We reach all the way to the end of Chapter 1. Maybe we can get in contact with the scientist somehow. Maybe we can speak to him, but I don't even know because they were having trouble talking to each other, but I'd have to look a little bit more into that storyline specifically of why the scientist had to go through tapes. Maybe it was just because of the loop. I don't even, you know, yeah, I don't think they could have communication with each other because they were still inside the loop. That's probably what it was, right? So it gets a little bit complicated. I have no clue how this could possibly change, right? What could you do differently? What, maybe, because you still have to destroy the 0 point because the black hole still needs to come. Maybe it just happens again in general. The black hole comes in, the meteor shoots down, bang, the island blows up, but just because of the way the black hole came, maybe matter doesn't reorganize the same. Maybe. I feel like there's gotta be, and this is my prediction, guys. It's a little bit of a vague prediction, but there's gotta be some change during the end event. I don't know what that could be. Maybe you could have different, I've seen people talk about in comment sections and live streams too, where maybe we could all pilot the rockets. Maybe we could have them going off to some different direction. I don't know. That's the tough part. I have no earthly idea on how they could change the end event because the end event was perfect, right? And I don't know, like, because there's so many things you could say if you weren't causing the black hole, right? You could just, there could be a huge difference in sequence of events, but the black hole's coming back. That's where I'm stuck. So my prediction's a little bit vague when we reach here, but I think we're going to change the end event somehow. I can't give you a hardcore stopping point, but that's my hard prediction though. I think we're going to relive everything. We're going to try and change the sequence of events. It's not going to work. We're going to reach the end event. Somehow, we're going to get a hold of the scientist. Maybe we can change something because Agent Jones and Dr. Sloan maybe know the scientist is there. Maybe they know the visitor is there. Maybe know they can work with the 7 instead of, or Sloan can go back down to IO. Maybe they could just change stuff in the IO, right? I guess I never really thought about that. Maybe they could change stuff in the IO and then the 7 can kind of work together. But then with that conclusion, I'm still stuck on, well, the black hole has to come back. So the meteor still destroys the 0 point. The map still explodes. The loop breaks. Everything just goes into the black hole and the matter spits out in Chapter 5. That's where I'm stuck. What could we change with that? This is where I'll leave it up to you guys, okay? Let me know if there's any predictions specifically that you have down below. I would love to read and talk about them there. And let me know if you think there's a possible way that we could change the end event of Chapter 1. I'd be so excited if this came true, honestly. You'll just have to believe me, man. Like, I'm not just talking like with bias here because this is something that I want to see. I believe it's the most likely. I really do, because if we were to go back and to stop Kevin the Cube in Chapter 1, Season 5, then we wouldn't get the rest of the seasons, right? It would kind of stop there. Use this for an example. Kevin never rolls into Loot Lake, never finds a 0 point, the floating island never comes. Season 6 doesn't happen, right? Season 6 doesn't happen at all. And then Kevin was the spearhead for so many different storyline points, you know? I'd have to look a little bit more into it, but yeah, you still get the Ice King, right? You still get the Prisoner. Guys, I made a whole podcast about What If with PBJ if you guys feel like going to check that out, but you definitely wouldn't be getting the end event if it wasn't for Kevin the Cube. Kevin the Cube was this, I guess you could say the true start of the storyline. I just don't think we're going to change that. I think we're going to relive everything. I think we're going to change the end event somehow, but I have no clue. Guys, let me know your predictions down below. Let me know, again, specifically what we could change about the end event, because I'm stumped, completely stumped. No matter what, I'm excited for the season. I'm excited how they tell the storyline. Let's hope, because they're going back to Chapter 1, they use loading screens. I would love to dissect those. I would absolutely love to do that, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. On the screen right now, you will have 3 videos from the Clen channel if you would like to continue watching the channel. 1, the complete guide on how to fix Fortnite. 2, the rising of difficulties living and dating as a gamer. And 3, YouTube chose the best video that it thinks you would like to watch, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you in the next video. Take care.